Hailing frequencies are open.
And we are live. Look at that, Ed. Shot in at the last moment.
Staring at his tea.
You could have
Casual
on
as you
making your
like.
tea. You're fine. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Trek Livingstone, the Modiphius Star Trek Adventures role-play game that we play live every fortnight-ish when we can.
When we can.
And we've got a full house tonight for Season 3, Episode 4. Further into the Adventure Path Border Dispute, we have our jolly old Captain Wagner. Alastair, how you doing?
Hello. I'm good. I can't believe we're on 4 of this already. This one's flown by, hasn't it?
It always does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and do you know what? I realised I was going to introduce you a completely different way that was far, far better, and I completely forgot to do it. Do you want to hear what I was going to go for?
So rewind.
So rewinding.
Yeah.
And bringing a whole new meaning to Grinder with the latest iteration of Devour's Slaughterhouse is Alastair. Yes.
Such a good job on that.
It really is.
Awful, terrible, hideous.
Here you had a good terrifying time trying it out the other day, Ed.
It was was it last Friday? I think me and Stu and Amy Stu and Amy took me through the new level for the first time, and you guys done an absolutely super duper job on that. It's awful.
Yeah, it is awful.
That's what we like to hear. That's the best feedback.
If we can just sort of speak about that on this just for a second, I'd say that every time you guys have done a new level on that, I get the feeling from when I first played the first level again. It's that around the corner every single time. So yeah,
that is amazing to hear. I'm glad to hear.
And this is a new level for Devour, correct?
It is, yeah.
Devour that you could Devour, which is a PC game
On Steam.
On Steam,
Purchase on
available now.
Cool. Okay, just
And
making
in VR.
sure. Oh, and in VR apparently.
by a simple
And in
exchange
VR,
of credits for goods and services, you too can enjoy.
So, what's the name of the company that makes it though?
Straight Back Games.
So Straight Back Games, who produced Devour on Steam.
Available now.
Okay. No, just clarification.
Yeah.
Glad we're all clear on that.
Somebody will be wanting a promo for their games company in a moment. But first off, we have in the commander's chair. I just realised I've got Bosh and Zankir the wrong way round. Let me correct that. There we go.
Oh no, we have to switch characters.
Yeah, just switch locations in real life. It'll be fine.
Let me just pull up the rules of acquisition quickly.
Matt's just off to Heathrow.
Yeah. All the way, all that long distance away up in Manchester, we have Ed in the commander's chair and in the pilot's chair as well.
Yes, already. Look. Oh, buttons, everything.
Yes. How is life up in the wrong side of the Pennines?
No.
It would only take someone with a white rose on their lapel to say that. It's cold. I mean, I've had to de-ice the shuttlecraft before we came out and everything. Spray it down. Yes, chilly, but we are, just like Wraal does, we're keeping them flying.
Absolutely. And just around the corner over in the United States, that's of America if you're not sure, we have Chris, Chief of Zankir Gronnahk himself.
Yeah, the states are mostly united. There's a little bit of contention between them usually, but mostly united.
Such is the cost of treason.
And you've sprung forward, have you not?
Yes.
So far.
Yes, I may have left work an hour too early today to get here on time for this.
Oh no!
I forgot that our clocks change at a different time of the year.
A free hour off. How terrible.
Oh, no.
Whatever we do.
Ain't trouble at all, Chris. Speak to Reggie. He's a union rep.
Oh, did you get the job?
Me? Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
Well done indeed. And so tell us about your games company then, Dr. Bosh.
I'm going to hold fire on that because things are actually moving forward again.
Are they?
So
that's very exciting.
they are indeed. Even to the point, I had a very productive meeting on Friday before the very productive drinking on Friday and Saturday, where actually we were looking through some other stuff that we'd done and had a spark of inspiration, like a muse had fluttered into the pub that we were sat in, and came up with a very simple new game, and then actually pitched it to one of the shops that we sell stuff in on the Saturday, and they wanted a prototype. So unfortunately, mouth's bigger than the amount of time I have to print prototypes, but that's the next thing on the list.
Well, we know you sit around doing fuck all most of the time anyway,
Absolutely.
don't you? What with your 23 jobs and 46 businesses that you do. Yes.
Yeah, and it's the thousands of people that I employ daily that I have to keep entertained. Yeah, it's a chore.
It's
Floggings will continue until morale improves.
And over in the science and engineering corner now, bewaring the Ides of March. That's today, by the way. In case you're interested. We have Amy. Amy, how are you doing?
I'm good. I unfortunately don't have a games company I can promote, but I play lots of games. So
You support lots of games companies.
yes, that's one way of putting it.
You are a rule set in the new game that will be finally moving forward. And surely, actually, with Amy, it's beware of the cybernetic Ides of March.
Oh, very, very good indeed. So yes, and hello to everyone viewing, and who we got in the chat today. We have Captain Quinn, hello, and we have Ben as well from Trek Wars and Fantasy. Great to see you. And yes, Manchester is east of the Tamar. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's north of Enfield. I've got no idea.
If there's any disruption to the stream, it is due to dragons.
How are you, Stu?
Absolutely. Oh, I could do with the services of Dr. Bosh because I slipped over last week and hurt my arm, and
Oh yes, you had a bump.
I can see that.
Had a bump. It's now quite badly bruised, and so it's not mucky. That won't wash off. So apart from that, I'm doing rather spiffingly well, thank you. I'm just back from a job in Wolverhampton, which I haven't forgiven the employers for yet. No, it's great. It's great. I loved scraping the ice off my car this morning. No, I'm good, thank you.
Good news for us. Good news for us, everyone, is that Stu has damaged his dice throwing arm.
Yeah.
So he might be
A chance of succeeding here.
Fortunately, I regularly practice rolling not only with the right, but I practice regularly rolling with the left as well.
Good. Yeah, good for you.
Dexterous. Yes. Anyway, moving very swiftly on. Who's ready to throw ourselves back into our... Because it was a nice, relaxing adventure last time, wasn't it?
Oh, it was peaceful.
Yeah.
So
Piece of cake.
peaceful.
Just to get back into Reggie's character, I've rewatched the entire of the Sweeney.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, let's remind ourselves of where we are up to, as we often do, with a log.
Interim Chief Engineer's log,
Yeah.
stardate 57384.9, Lieutenant Commander Davok reporting. First log in my new role as Chief Engineer. So far, I've been challenged far more than I could have anticipated. We have been sent to investigate and rescue the USS Nightingale, a science vessel that has accidentally wandered into the Romulan neutral zone, and were immediately fired upon by a warbird, the Veritex, under Commander Methra, killing many aboard, including her captain, and causing significant damage to the majority of her systems. After some striking diplomacy from our captain, we were allowed to take shuttle to the Nightingale in order to effect repairs such that we could prove that the Nightingale had suffered a simple navigational error, only to ultimately discover a Romulan spy and saboteur aboard. Thanks to some excellent work by Tana Saul, perhaps logic suggests that she may be more effective as chief engineer if she can only refrain from trying to persuade everyone to hear the word of the prophets. We managed to prevent the spy from being extracted. We have just started to tow the Nightingale back to Federation space when a Romulan warbird, presumably the Veritex, has just decloaked. Logic suggests that combat may now ensue. Hopefully on this mission, I won't lose anything more serious than an eye this time. Whatever the outcome, I will no doubt find the result fascinating.
And thank you very much. That brings us straight back in. So, you've been towing the Nightingale out of the neutral zone. A Romulan warbird has just decloaked. I'm going to say it's at medium range. We are going to throw ourselves directly into rounds. Before we do, I will remind you I have 5 threat. How much momentum do you think you have?
Sam.
I don't think I have any. I think we've got
100.
350.
Chris was closest with none. Some would be an incorrect number. Okay, so throwing ourselves into rounds with, well, you're in a ship, so let's call it ship maneuvers for now, because I don't want to preempt what you may or may not do. We'll do this, I think, as best in order of rank, top down. Captain Wagner, you're on round 1. What would you like to do?
I would like to contact engineering and see if they've made any progress extending our shields around the Nightingale.
Okay, so are you using now there are support actions that you can take as captain. Reminding myself of these.
Yes.
You can assist, or you can. There's direct. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Direct. You can direct once per scene, which means you can assist with command and any discipline. Any attribute.
That sounds.
You can order Davok to.
That sounds good, Stu.
Work on extending the shields around the Nightingale.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay, so we'll have. This is going to be, because this is a tricky situation. This is going to be difficulty 3. Control and engineering from Davok. Assisted by the ship's structure and engineering. Captain, who's going to roll for the ship?
First officer, come on, Wraal, do you want to take a dice for it?
Drat. Yes, go on.
Yeah.
Okay. And Captain, you're also assisting with any attribute you like and command.
Okay. I'm going to go with presence.
Bringing up Livingstone herself.
Was there a difficulty?
A difficulty 3.
Well, I've got some good news, which is that I rolled a 17, which is not a pass, but I also rolled a 2, which is a pass and beneath my command.
Now assisting, you only get to roll 1 dice.
Oh, okay, right. I'll
We
reroll.
know it-
So-
oh,
Keep it honest.
so we know which one we're keeping.
You're just assisting, so he's adding a dice into the pool.
That 2 looks pretty nice.
Yeah. That was a 5, which is exactly my command. So we've still got the 2 successes from it.
Excellent.
It's only
excellent.
if there's a focus that counts, and you don't get that if you're assisting, I don't believe.
Oh,
That
okay.
is
So just one.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But you get 1 success. Ship Livingstone.
Shit.
How do we do?
Now, what was our target score? What were we using here? Sorry.
Difficulty 3.
structure
Sorry. Yes, this is structure and when I can find it, structure and engineering.
So 8. Was it 9? And we've rolled a 6.
Oh, good.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. Lieutenant Commander Davok.
Yeah. I rolled a 16, which is not under 14.
No.
But I also rolled a 2, which is.
Oh,
Oh,
So
do you happen
that's
to
my
have any
third
relevant
success.
focuses?
Unfortunately, I'm not built as an engineer. So unless I'm negotiating with this, or I don't know, somehow warp cores or computers are involved, then
Sadly not. Sadly not. But you do get your 3 successes as whoop, the shields extend around the Nightingale.
you protected.
The warbird itself is going to, first of all, use a minor action to raise shields. And secondly, which is a free action because there's no thing on that. And as a task, it is going to maneuver into position. So we need control and con and engines and con.
and assisted with engine on.
So control and con and engines and con. So this is 14 for control and con. 2 successes there. Oh, but a complication from the ship. So perhaps Davok notices
I think you
this
can
on
burn
the
threat to get
sensors.
rid of that.
The warbird does indeed get itself into position in close range. And I get another threat. Thank you very much. However, as it does so, there is a small explosion on the ship. Only a small one. Looks like the engines are a bit knackered
Oh.
Their ship.
on their ship.
Like on the Nightingale or on the
Oh,
No, on
sorry,
the
this
warbird.
is on the Romulan warbird.
oh.
Yeah, manoeuvred into position, but whoops, they've overloaded their engines. That was the complication.
Ah.
Right, we are back around to yourselves and Commander Wraal.
Now, according to my notes, certainly Wraal, Reggie, and Bosh are in a shuttle dragging Telek by his Romulan ears back over to Livingstone at the point at which the Romulan warbird decloaked.
Yes, now because the shields have been extended around the Nightingale, that will include the shuttle.
Okay, we're in like a bubble together.
Yes, because you were going from one to the other. It would
Okay,
be
I think-
churlish of me to say, no, you were outside that range. You were
Outside,
taking...
you can keep out. No
you were
shuttles
doing the
allowed here.
motion
Yeah, big ship
picture
only.
route going around the ship.
fourth
Just got to get
day
a good
about
establishing shot of the ship.
Yeah.
Raal's pod log, fourth day of inspecting the outside of Livingstone. Very bored.
That's it.
As we are in the middle here, I think we need to decide where we are, which way we're going. We're going to the Livingstone, so let's get this shuttle on board the Livingstone as quick as possible, as in like right now.
Okay.
As we fly past the underside of the ship, we see two people just painting the side.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been out there for 2 weeks.
That sounds like a maneuver task to me.
I think that would be reasonable.
Yeah, this would be difficulty 0. Because, I mean, you're an experienced pilot, obviously. So you can give me a control and con roll. With it being a shuttle, you won't get any assistance, I'm afraid.
Okay, so control and con for me. Oh, 14. Let's go with that. And we get a 19. Get careful. And a 4, which is same meets beats as my con skill, and I have a focus in small craft.
Excellent. You get 2 momentum. Yay!
Yeah.
Would you like to do a minor action as well?
Now then, I don't think what minor actions we have. I found my my bridge rolls, which I think is more sort of space combat and scenario based. Yeah, I mean, if we were minor actions, remind me of some of the minor actions, Joe.
Let's see what minor actions there are. There are interact with an object, change position. Now that's for you personally. Change your position with the person on the bridge. So, for example, if your minor action wanted to be to take over the helm on the bridge, now that you've got the shuttle on board, by your next turn, you will have gotten there.
I think that would seem to be reasonable. That on arriving on board, so I direct Reggie and Bosh to drag the Romulan off to the brig. I'll probably be hastening to the bridge with all speed.
Okay. There is also things like raise and lower shields and restore. So you can do minor repairs and adjustments needed to restore a system after disruption or minor damage. So yeah, there we go. So yes, you've dropped the shuttle into the bay and you're legging it to the bridge. Nice round there. And
I'm hoping it
next
wasn't as
up,
dramatic as Sulu's arrival in Star Trek V.
well, next up we have the Veritex again, who is going to use a minor action to repair their engines. And what are they going to do now? They are going to fire their weapon. So this is a difficulty 2. This is control and security assisted by weapon and security. Difficulty 2. So, whoa. That is, however, only 1 success as a searing disruptor beam glances off your shields but doesn't get through. Next, in terms of rank, do you know what? I'm going to let you decide between yourself, Dr. Bosh or Chief Zankir. Who's going next?
Well, as far as I remember, both Zankir and Tana are still aboard the Nightingale. So I'm kind of limited in what I can do if Matt wants to go ahead.
Also, slightly limited, but I will leave the prisoner with Reggie, and I'm sure there'll be an additional guard or 2 that has turned up when we've got through the shuttle bay doors. I'm going to head to sick bay, but I will comm badge ahead to staff. I'm going to nurse start putting together sort of emergency packs, just so that we've got additional bits and pieces there for in case there's any injuries that get sent to sick bay.
Okay, that sounds like a good minor action. As a task, now, do you know what? I'm going to leave this up to the either captain. You can decide what the ship does as a task, or you can leave that up to Dr. Bosh.
I will leave that to Dr. Bosh.
Thanks.
What would you like the ship to do, Dr. Bosh?
Crazy Ivan. No, I think the ship. I think actually maybe increase sort of shield levels around, so we can divert some power from the front shields to the bits that are extending around where the Nightingale is, just sort of up the power to that a little bit, just to make sure, as they're now definitely firing, we want to make sure that we've got a bit more focus on support.
Yeah, there is a internal systems regenerate shields action. That might, if Stu would allow it to maybe like increase power to shields.
I will allow you to spend 1 power to attempt to channel power into the shields using the regenerate shields.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah. So, Doctor, this is going to be difficulty 1. Dr. Bosh, give me a control and engineering roll. And ship, give me assistance with structure and engineering.
Chris.
Okay. That is a success for the ship.
Yay.
It's definitely a success for me, but how much of a success, I don't know. I got an 8 and a 3.
That's got to be 2 successes.
I was, yeah. And it's under, what was the second thing?
Engineering. Control engineering, Matt.
I don't think my engineering's a 3.
You would need a focus in it for that to apply.
Then I don't.
Anyway. But you do get another 2 momentum.
Yeah.
You're up to 4. And yes, you are down now 1 power. But the shields, you gain an extra. Where is it? Looking for your shields at the moment. What are your shields at the moment?
I think 12 is what's showing on the character sheet for the ship.
12. Excellent. You're now
for
at 13.
Anyone playing along, that 8 and 3 was definitely under, because I have a control of 9 and a 1 for engineering. So we got below 10, which wasn't a very high one to hit.
Excellent. So yes, your shields are at 13 then, and your power is at 9. Back around to the Veritex, who's going to try the same thing again. They're going to try firing their disruptors. Difficulty 2. That's another shit roll. Unless, oh, wait for it though. So the commander gets 1, and weapon and security totals. Weapons and security 12. Oh no, just misses. We're round to Chief Zankir.
Like I said, there's not really much I can do from the Nightingale, so I'm not 100% sure what Zankir would do at this point.
Well, you can do this.
Yeah, tactical
basically
officer
the
on
same
the Romulan ship could probably do with some counselling after that shooting.
Yeah.
You can do the
Just
basically the
open
same
hailing
as
frequencies. Do you need to talk about something?
same as what Matt did. You can use your minor action to get yourself to a bridge position, for example, or wherever you need to be by your next turn, and just get the ship to do something in the meantime.
Is the Nightingale even operational enough to be of assistance in this?
That would depend on how you wanted it to assist. So your tractor beam's currently on the
That's my
Nightingale.
plan.
If you wanted to do a
my
low
plan,
dex
at
thing
least
and throw the Nightingale at the Veritex.
Please don't. No, let's not do that.
Full of people still.
Because my plan, at least with Tana, is to attempt to bring some systems back online on the Nightingale so that it can assist in this fight or in this escape.
Engines being back online could be a good one.
Tana is still on board the Nightingale, is that correct?
Both of the characters are, because Zankir chose to stay there.
Well.
The council.
Right.
Yeah, Zankir chose to stay, and Tana, I believe, was ordered to stay to basically effect repairs while we were traveling.
Okay. Yeah, so currently the Nightingale is in quite the state.
Yeah, so I think Zankir's hands are kind of tied. So I don't know if there's much I can do with him as a character, but I'm open to suggestions about ship actions.
I mean, could Tana attempt some sort of damage control repair on the Nightingale to try and get it more useful?
Can definitely attempt to repair on a system.
Targeting?
An emergency repair on a system. I mean, I would expand that to say weapons. Your systems, just to remind you, are communications, computers, engines, sensors, structure, and weapons.
Okay.
If we wanted to disrupt the warbird, would it be weapons or sensors?
Well, sensors is for checking, is for snooping at them. I would think that if we get the Nightingale's engines back online, Nightingale and Livingstone, instead of towing along, can warp out of there, gone, and leave the Romulans to explain why they just fired in the neutral zone.
That's our task, then.
That's an option.
I mean, as the flying path could take on a Deredex and take it out with a bit of slogging, embarrass the Romulans or threaten them with enough embarrassment that they'll leave, or run off and then embarrass them by telling everyone what they've done.
Captain's orders are going to be heading in that direction on my next turn out, so thumbs up from me.
That's as a command team. That's why we know what we're at.
So Zankir or Tana, your call. Which character?
Yeah, I'll use Tana because Zankir's kind of useless in this situation. So I guess Tana will attempt to. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't think so, but out of character, he's useless in this situation. But Tana will attempt to bring the warp core or the engines back online so that we can start getting the hell out of here.
Okay. I'm going to need a presence and engineering roll. Difficulty 3. No assistance from the ship.
Oh, presence and engineering.
Take a momentum.
So you have 4 momentum.
I'll do it. And I am also... She is cautious. So because I bought momentum, I can re-roll one of these.
Yes, thinking.
Which, hey, that's might not actually be necessary. And you said presence and engineering, right?
Presence and engineering, yes.
So that's an 11, which is my highest roll. So I got 3 successes.
Nice.
And I
successes.
don't have any focuses specific to like engines or warp.
Oh, I think the profits are guiding your hand again.
This is why
yeah.
you should be chief engineer. Putting me to shame at every roll.
So, at the end of that round, Impulse and Warp 1 are available to the Nightingale. Meanwhile,
and Zankir, in order to feel useful, will transmit that information across to the Livingstone.
absolutely can, no worries at all. Okay, over to the Romulan Warbird. Now, what are they going to do for a minor action? No, they're just going to fire again. Because, that's what they're going to do. Control the security, weapons and security. Oh, dear, that's bad. But they did get 2 successes. Complication. So, what's the complication going to be? That is going to be for their weapons. 10 with vicious 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And plus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage on the Livingstone.
Wow.
Which is
Lord.
definitely a breach because it's more than 8. So 14 means it's knocked the shields out because your shields were at 13. And done 1 damage to... let's see. We're going to have a breach first of all. Captain, roll me a d20.
It's a 7.
A 7. You have a breach on your sensors. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Dr. Bosh, roll me a d20.
A 10.
With a 10, you take damage to the structure as well. Okay. Shields are down. That was a hell of a hit. Do
Point
I spend
blank
a
from a
threat
Warbird.
to
What was the
keep the
complication?
momentum?
Yeah, what was their complication?
They don't have any
Their
engines.
complication.
So
That's an excellent question. Chris, roll me a d20.
Oh, okay. 15.
15, they get a breach to their structure. That's their complication.
This way we won't have to do anything.
Well, they've just
Watch.
have done more damage to you, and you now have no shields. But we'll see if anything can be done about that. Chief Engineer Davok, it's your turn.
Interim chief engineer. So we've got no shields, but we've got Warp 1 and...
But you're on the... Davok's on the Livingstone, is that right? Or
No, I'm on Nightingale.
you're on Nightingale. Yes, you have Impulse and Warp 1.
Impulse. Okay. Can I, using my focus in warp core thingies, try and make that warp better?
You can.
Yes.
I mean, you could also warp out of there. Just so you know.
Well, can I do both? As like
no,
a
you can, no. That would be one
aid?
task or another.
well, I'm kind of doing 2 jobs at the moment.
That means you just get to
hey-
roll 1 dice for each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think getting out of here.
Sorry, can I
quickly-
just actually potentially as a Starship Combat minor action, you can restore, which is perform a minor repairs to bring systems back online. And as Davok has a thing in Wilt Core thingies, as he rightly said, maybe Warp 2 is possible with the restore minor action.
I'm going to say, however, there are no minor damages to the Nightingale. It's extensive.
No,
I
no
like
minor
the
action.
thinking. I like
Mi-
the
it's a
to
it's a
restore
sorry, minor
damage.
repairs.
Yeah, it might do
Yeah.
minor repairs.
Okay.
It wouldn't be minor. But I like the thinking. I do like the thinking. It's more like if there's been an electronic attack.
Yeah.
Kind
Just
of
very,
thing.
I did pop in the chat a link to some very useful things I just found with Starship Combat minor actions, combat tasks to the major action, and specifics in different tasks. So there's some tactical, there's some sick bay, there's some sensors and other bits and pieces that give a nice
Oh, is that our
list
Discord
of possible
chat?
things. It is our Discord chat, yes.
Oh, I wonder why I
think
can't see that.
It's
then.
in Zoom.
Thank you to Heroes of
in
Awesome,
the
which is
Zoom
where I just
chat,
found it.
right. Okay, excellent. So, yes. So back on task. Commander Davok.
Oh,
What you gonna do?
what is Davok going to do? Davok is having a think. I can't see where the ship thing is on here. So, well, I guess we're getting out here then, if I can't fix it better. Off out the neutral zone into Federation space.
Narendra Station, go!
Okay.
Warp 1.
Warp 1. This is going to be a control and con from Commander Davok. Difficulty 0. I'm going to say under the circumstances, no assistance from the ship, though.
Okay.
Momentum!
Yeah, I'll take a momentum.
Are we able to assist during this, or is it just one character doing
Help
it?
me pull the lever.
No, unfortunately not. To assist, you would say, on your turn, I want to assist this person.
Okay. All right, but I'll take a momentum, so that gives me 3 dice. So,
Thought this was a difficulty 0.
It is a difficulty 0.
Yeah, I
There's
know,
still the
but-
opportunity. The more dice that Davok rolls, the more chance
Yeah.
there is of complication. So you take all
I
the dice
only
you
got
want.
1 success. So, 1
You've
success.
You've got your momentum.
So 1
back.
momentum.
So we're
Replace
on
the dice. That's
3 momentum. Again, did you get any complications?
I got a
No.
16 and a 14.
Oh, damn it. Never mind. So, as the Nightingale zips and warps out, how far outside the neutral zone do you want to take the Nightingale?
What is Nightingale's
intention?
speed and max? Max range.
I mean,
As far
maximum
as it'll
range
go.
is just keep going.
Infinite.
Yeah, just straight line. Bzz.
Okay, you're not just like
Right.
you don't intend. To
I
just
mean,
put
I don't
yourself-
know. I don't fly ships. I just do the sensors.
So
Science
what
things, science things.
Yeah.
what I'm asking is the intention just to take the Nightingale just outside the neutral zone, or I'll say as an alternative,
Oh,
simple alternative,
yeah.
all
So-
the way back to Narendra Station.
Yeah. So I feel like if I just like if we go just slightly on the edge of the neutral zone, I mean, it's not like there's a wall there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we'll
Not a hard
just
border.
move 10 meters over here. How you can't hit me. So I reckon, I mean, maybe not straight to the station, because maybe that will like lead them back to the station. That feels like a bad idea. But if we could go far away, that we're away, but towards the station. That way.
The Romulans would know where the registration was.
To the
A
station then.
sector away.
Yeah.
Into the next sector. That's reasonable.
Yeah. And then like change altitude a bit, so it's not like immediately obvious where we're not just a straight line.
Never fly
Like
straight.
casual. We could lose them.
Somebody's
take the
been
back
watching
roads,
Wrath of
seen it go-
Khan. Okay. So, left with only one target and no shields. The Boarbird is going to fire on poor old Livingstone. And again, that is 2 successes.
Oh no. The ship moves.
Well, at least we don't lose. It's not a total party kill, because at least we've got half the characters on a different ship.
Yeah.
And, Stu's already got a handy little video to play for when the Livingstone blows up.
It's planned in advance. Plenty more letters in the alphabet.
11. Holy shit. Right. Captain, roll me a d20.
Oh no.
17.
70. Oh shit. Okay. As
Oh, good.
You
Both the
get
engineers
another
aren't on board
breach.
the Livingstone.
on structure, and you take 12 points of damage.
How much do we?
Well, we do. Well, remember the ship has a resistance of 7, so it's pretty well armored. But 12 is still really nasty.
Is it armored?
Of course,
We've got a
yes.
breach.
So you wouldn't have taken that 1 point of damage last time.
I thought that was after the resistance of 7 last time. Cry.
No. That was
That
basically
was
after
wiping
your...
out the shield.
Yes. That was after your shields were down. So you take 5 points of damage, which leaves you with 7 damage.
Well, that's not a lot of damage.
However,
It's enough.
the Veritex is a bigger scale vessel than Livingstone. You've had all your goes in this particular round. The Veritex hasn't. They're going to fire again.
Oh,
Oh
good.
no! Who's on the Livingstone? Bosh, you're in there? I thought you were on the Nightingale. No?
No. On the Livingstone with Wraal and Wagner at the moment.
And Reggie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Reggie.
Reggie's with Davok, no? Or just...
First is still in the brig somewhere.
I thought we were all on the Nightingale, apart from the captain.
No,
Did we ever find out whether First is still on the ship or whether she's a puddle after the
First
burial
is
suite?
right. First is still in the ship, just constantly one room ahead of Wagner.
Always leaves just before he gets in.
First, what we don't know is First on the ship just with her molecules scattered to the wind from the Barian suite.
The burial suite.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, canonically, you don't know.
Oh.
So we have a 13 and a 14 against control and security, which is 15, so that's 2. And weapon and security on the ship, I rolled a 10, which is weapon and security 12. So I've got 3 successes.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Fortunately, by the way, I do know at what point the Livingstone will be destroyed. So that's 3,
2 breaches,
4,
actually, I think.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Scale 4.
10. 10 points of damage reduced down to 3.
3. So no breach.
So I believe you do get the breach because it was the 10, don't you? Or is it?
No, it's whatever's left. So
Right.
the armored resistance of a Defiant class holds us out against that. So you've got about 5 left at the end to cause a breach. Same as an injury in combat when we were having trouble with parasites because they were armored Romulans. So we needed to do like 5 damage after the resistance.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the first one shouldn't have been a breach either?
Bear with me.
Does that mean that the first? I thought there was one that we had that didn't take the.
Yeah, that was
Armor
the first one that 12 took out our shields but didn't breach.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
So we should only have 1 breach.
Yes, that's correct, to your structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take 3 points of damage. Yes, sorry about the music. I hit buttons that I shouldn't have hit as my earpieces fell out of my ear. That's a good picture. I like that one.
How long have you been sitting on that?
Okay. So we are back round to the top of the round and back to Captain Wagner. What you gonna do? Save your crew.
Warp speed now.
That sounds like a direct action to me. So this is going to be difficult, is it? If you're obviously Commander, you will be back in your chair now at the helm.
Absolutely. Plotting a course exactly where I saw Davok go, because I'm sort of thinking that I probably sent Davok. This is where you need to go, and press that button.
Just follow it on Google Maps. Here, I'll drop a pin.
Just a bunch of post-it notes all over the con on the Nightingale.
So now, basically, I'm using the space equivalent of Flight Radar 24, and I'm following Nightingale.
Okay, so it's going to be a control and con, assisted by engines and con. Difficulty 0, unless somebody gets a complication. But do you know what we'll do? We'll find out if that happens after this break. Don't go anywhere. That's an order. We'll be right back.
Rude.
Hailing frequencies are open.
And we are back. Oh my goodness, it's been tense. Actual combat with an actual warbird that has been doing some actual damage and scorching of the hull of the Livingstone. How we feeling?
Well,
Covered in smoke and exploding consoles.
Nightingale turned out to be the best place to be then.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, you're safe. You're out the area. And that was the mission, was to go and rescue the Nightingale. Mission accomplished.
It's a good job the Livingstone has a full complement of engineers on board to make sure those repairs don't get too big.
Supported by the prophets. They do seem to have been having a hand in helping things there. haven't they?
I'm telling you.
Someone is watching from above on below
Yep.
and around, definitely.
We're all going to be turning up next week with our earrings, I'm sure. Well, shall we see what fate will befall the Livingstone now? We're all ready for this. As Wraal goes to push the big round warp button, we need a control and con roll, assisted by the ship's engines and con, and I'm going to say, Captain, you've got to make that.
Okay.
It is difficulty
What's the
0.
target number for the Livingstones?
Engines and con is here somewhere.
13.
Unless somebody beats me to it. There we go.
Okay.
But before you roll those dice, who's keeping an eye on the prisoner?
Reggie had him and was taking him to security with.
Yeah.
And we did say at least one other security person once they got into. So there'd be Reggie and another guy at least.
Yeah. Okay. So, because of the threat that I have spent, just as you're about to hit the warp button, Reggie and Officer A, another, do notice, because the shields are down, the prisoner transporting away. Now, Wraal, let's have that control and con roll.
So do we register the warbird dropping its shields to beam the prisoner off?
If you want to use your sensors instead of warping away.
Well, in that case, we've not noticed the guy going, right?
We wouldn't notice just
I think
them
that's
dropping their
pretty
shields.
Reggie would notice the fuzziness.
Yeah.
The tingle.
Reggie's aware
but
of
I think,
it.
to be honest, that's all happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, no reaction to that. Warp away.
The hell
Well,
out.
let's see if we have a complication on going to warp, because that might change things dramatically.
An 8 for the ship.
I've got a 15 and a 5.
Okay.
So that's one success.
2 successes, surely, with an 8 for the ship.
No.
So you get 2
So it's one for
momentum
me.
back. The ship flies off to warp.
Whoosh.
As the camera cuts back to the Dederidex warbird, the Veritex, as it shimmers and shifts and fades into its cloaking, as you just see it turning towards Romulan space. And we'll bring it out of rounds. You rendezvous, drop out of warp next to the Nightingale where you dropped your Google Maps pin. What would you all like to do?
I'm going to treat the wounded.
Ship secure from warp cabin. I'll patch in with the Nightingale if I can, and see if we can transfer some navigational coordinates to give them a flight plan back to Narendra Station, if that's okay.
Let's do it, number one.
Comms are down. However, you're close enough that you can use your comm badge.
Ah, okay. I'll coordinate with Mr. I'll tap to Mr. Davok. That was some nice flying. Have you been watching?
Yes, I pressed the button.
I left that pamphlet, Flying Made Easy by Eelin Wraal.
Very easy.
Press the red button.
Yes, but we're somewhat okay. So that's good. How are you?
On fire, mainly. It's on fire. It's creaking a bit as well. I think I can smell burning. And my ears are going pop, which means we're leaking.
Do you need an engineer?
That would be an
I hear you've got two.
Splendid idea. Can I maneuver the Livingstone certainly within close transporter range so we can get our people back if necessary?
Absolutely can. That's no problem. And Zankir will probably notice Commander Lewis is sort of gibbering in a heap in the corner.
Yeah.
Slightly overstressed.
Zankir will come on the comm at this point. Captain, would it be wise to leave an engineer here to effect repairs on the warp core so that we can get back to Narendra Station quickly, rather than limping?
I think so. Let's do that.
Someone say warp core. That's a job for me. Tana, you go back to the Livingstone.
All right then, sir. As commanded.
So
yes.
Bring the box of pamphlets back with you. I think the prophets are following the boxes.
She's going to bring the box, but accidentally leave a few in the crew quarters of the Nightingale.
Sure.
On the way.
And utilising the transporters on the Livingstone, because you don't know how much longer those will hold together on the Nightingale, you can definitely get back any crew members you want.
Those paying attention will notice that Tana is very uncomfortable about using the transporter. She does not like transporters.
I mean, would Tana refuse to use the transporter? Would you rather take a shuttle?
I don't think she'd refuse because it's a direct order, but she would be noticeably uncomfortable about the idea.
Okay. And Davok, you're staying to repair the engines further, is that correct? Is that correct, Davok?
Sorry, say again?
Davok is staying behind to repair the engines further, yes?
Yes, I will be in the warp core.
Get in it.
Davok's happy, please.
Switch it off before you go in.
This isn't the
Unplug it
Kobayashi
first.
Yes. Okay.
Still feel slightly bad about
that. You can give me a presence and engineering roll, difficulty 3.
May I have a momentum?
Oh, help yourself.
Yeah.
You can indeed.
Okay, I rolled 2 successes and a 20.
Oh no.
Davok gets inside the warp core.
Get warp core.
It's worse now.
Davok, yes, how are you going to explain that you no longer have warp power?
Captain?
Hello, Nightingale.
Hi. We no longer have warp power.
Directly is the answer.
Yeah.
What happened, Mr. Davok?
Well, I thought I would take some effective repairs. Turns out they were ineffective repairs. So, yeah, looks like it's going to take us a bit longer to get back to the station.
Prepare to be under tow again. Engage track beam.
Okay.
Captain.
Sorry, Captain.
That was quite a quickly prepared warp jump by the Nightingale. I think it might have shorted out the engines.
Yep, let's blame the Nightingale and not Davok. I like this.
Notice that it happened just as Tana beamed away.
He's got an aura.
the pa is strong in this one.
Castle Livingstone, is it fine now?
Yeah. So magically, it's just totally back to normal.
It's great. They've even installed like fresh air fresheners over it.
Yeah.
It's got that new ship smell.
Sounds to me, Mr. Davok, like you forgot to modulate the emergency polar on interference equalizer.
Oh, that's exactly what I forgot to do, Tyler.
Easy mistake to make.
I think you are the person for being chief engineer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I might recommend you.
This is all on an open channel, by the way.
Yeah. You hear that, Captain?
The bridge officers chat WhatsApp group.
Davok is efficient. All at the same time.
Okay. So you start to tow the Livingstone back towards Narendra Station. Is there anything you'd like to do on... I mean, I'm guessing you're going to start like conducting repairs and...
Yeah, Tana will get straight to work patching up what was damaged.
Everything. Perhaps Reggie would like to report on where the prisoner is, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, let's cut
Captain,
to Reggie.
Now we've got... Captain, now that we've got safely past this side of the neutral zone, and we've got the Nightingale under tow, I think we can congratulate ourselves having managed to nick a Romulan agent from under the very noses of the Romulans and take him back as evidence to the Admiral. I think he's doing really well.
Commander Wraal, it could not have gone better. What a delightful end to our deeper into the neutral zone. Really, we should have a round of drinks for everyone. Let's get the replicators fired up.
Excellent. I mean,
Reggie, what would you like? I see you standing there. Ready for a nail?
Tea white none is fine for me, but we've got I mean, there's a few more scratches and dints on the old stone, but she'll manage it. It's character building. Gives her a layer of something.
Reggie, why are you looking so nervous over there?
You see, sir, begging Mr. Raal's pardon, the lad we nicked, he nicked off.
What?
Well, me and Dave from security, we were just sitting on him because we were just like making sure he didn't go anywhere. So I had him in like sort of Andorian death grip, right at the back there, and I had motion tool right on his throat. And I was just giving him a bit of the old, I'm going to slice your Romulan ears off if you move so much as an inch, son. And next thing you know, Dave's giving him a kicking in the back, you see, and then he goes all sort of tingly and vanishes, and I end up on the floor. Next thing I know, there's a sudden shushy noise, and Mr. Wraal goes, we're here, we're all safe. And that's all there is. He's gone.
Very good, Reggie. Put those drinks on hold.
Also, wish to report, he was wearing a set of cuffs at the time, and they've gone too. So I'm afraid we're down on stores.
Well, just remember to file the correct paperwork for that, Reggie. You know how Admiral Hubbard is about lost equipment.
Yeah, I'll put it in. I mean, we don't get paid, so it's not coming out of anyone's wages, but I do feel it's a bit bad. What was Mr. Bosh breaking all the tricorders? I'm breaking all the security equipment.
You'll have to put that. You'll have to put that replicated picture frame for your portrait of Mr. Davok hold for replicator rations to replace those handcuffs.
Well, that's pretty fair, sir. That's pretty fair. I'm appreciating your I'll get back down to security and have a chat with Dave about his technique in question. We'll see if we can tidy up a bit while we're down there. Does Mr. Davok need any help with any engineering stuff? Any sweeping, tidying, hoovering?
By the sounds of it, yes, Reggie. On you go.
I'll go and help him. Mr. Davok, sir, I'll give you a hand with that. Yeah. Don't you be lifting that, Mr. Davok. That's too heavy.
Meanwhile, in the sick bay,
GM white ties.
I
Bosh,
feel
you
like
said you.
the Reggie bit should like need a live studio audience to laugh.
Oh dear. Well, I hope our viewers are enjoying this half as much as I am. Because
Oh, you wait till
Oh,
Reggie
dear.
gets his own solo spin-off show.
Is it just self-titled Reggie?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh. Meanwhile, in the sick bay, Dr. Bosh was healing the wounded, I believe. So,
Because I'd had Nurse Rochford put together a bunch of supplies and bits and pieces, sort of start setting up the triage.
okay, Nurse Rochford. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have then I'm going to just do this as one single roll covering everyone. And I'll not give it a difficulty. Let's just see how well you do. Daring and medicine.
Well, that is a success.
One success.
I needed 14. I got a 15 and a 9.
Oh, excellent. Yes, you managed to heal everyone. Yeah, no complications.
But I do have
That's very
not that it matters,
disappointing.
but I do have a focus that I can actually bloody use. I have triage.
Triage, yes,
And
it applies.
and I have emergency medicine. I also have trauma surgery.
Oh,
Actually, any of those will have applied.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't.
I'm now realizing that my
roll under
focuses should have been spread a little more. They're all very specific.
But you didn't roll under your discipline, did you?
No.
So it is just the one success, I'm afraid. Okay. Anything else anybody would like to do on the journey back to Narendra Station?
Is someone not meant to be putting my name on a list of traitors to be sent to the Section 31 gulag?
No, we're just going to kill you, sir.
Don't have the resources for that.
Take no prisoners.
I don't know.
Time for your medical captain.
Never mind Schindler's List. Is Wraal's list coming along?
Wraal's considering his list and considering whether he's doing a list. Wraal's considering lots of things.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll pick that up at some point, I've no doubt.
At some point on the return journey, and I feel like this journey is going to take a while given the current limping status of the ships in question. Zankir has kind of taken some time with the commander of the Nightingale to make sure that she's not going to throw herself off the nearest cliff when she gets back to some kind of planet. And then back on the Livingstone, I would like to have a conflab with the captain in a private setting.
Okay, well, first of all, you're talking Alice and Lewis down, basically.
Yes.
I mean, she's not suicidal, to be fair. It's not that. She's just like, a lot's happened. You can give me an insight and medicine roll. I'm going to put a difficulty on this. I'm going to say difficulty 3.
Ooh, okay.
You do have momentum you can spend if you wish.
Insight and medicine.
You have 4 momentum.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take one of those. I also have a focus in counselling and arbitration, so I assume that's going to come into play.
That definitely will.
Well, Jesus Christ.
So all 20s.
No. All 3 rolls were below my discipline. Got a 5, a 4, and a 4.
Well,
Ridiculous.
isn't it unfortunate?
Dramatic success.
Exploding dice mechanic.
Okay, so
and I think with that roll, Zankir's words to her will be, "Do you think that you should maybe tidy yourself up a little bit for the sake of your crew? They need you to lean on right now. And you being all sweaty and shaky isn't helping."
Oh my goodness. So Zankir's counselling method is basically look at the state of you, pull yourself together. Okay.
So very
Fantastic.
Tallarite. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yes. What an amazing counsellor. Well, but it seems to have the desired effect. Definitely a lot calmer for your ministrations. And you leave her pondering and in deep contemplation. And just as Zankir leaves, maybe Tarnasul is walking towards the quarters with the leaflet in her hand. You said you wanted to see the captain.
Whistling innocently. Yes, I would like to go back to the Livingstone and Captain, if I may have a moment of your time in private.
Of course, Chief. Am I ready, Ron?
Yes, that will do. And then to the ready room. As we kind of get situated, Zankir will. I apologize for it may seem like I'm springing this on you, but we've been through rather a lot recently, and I was wondering if I could just have a conversation and check in with where you are currently. You know, as our captain, you are the lodestone with which we all lean on. So,
yes, great work on the Nightingale, Chief. I hear you delivered an excellent speech to their captain and have got morale up on the ship over there. And I think we can all be proud of how the Livingstone's conducted herself on this mission.
yes, sure. Thank you for the kind words, Captain. I understand from your previous actions that you are a man who does not like to bend the rules at all. I am aware that during that last incursion, we did rather break the rules in entering the neutral zone and engaging the way that the Livingstone did.
Well, Mr. Gronnahk, I have served for a long time on Starfleet vessels, and one thing you learn after decades in the service is that there's always room for bending, so long as they never break.
Of course, it is the ideal we serve rather than the written law, as it were.
Yes, I would agree with that sentiment.
Good. Well, look, I'm aware that you obviously...
You seem like a straight shooter yourself, Chief.
Well, you know, as long as we get the job done and people are safe.
Yes, it's one of the things we must treasure most about Starfleet and the Federation, our capacity to play within the rules, yet still get things done.
Absolutely. I feel like we have an obligation to the people that we shield from such threats. We are rather the first line of defense for those people that we leave behind.
Of course, one of the most important duties of a Starfleet officer is to protect the citizens of the Federation.
Of course. Anyway, I will leave you to your business. I know you're a busy man, and I've got many other people to talk to. Thank you for your time, Captain.
Good chat, Chief. And if you ever want to talk about the virtues of the Federation, my door's always open.
Of course.
Good chat indeed. So, Anything else? Anybody want to throw anything out before you get back to Narendra Station?
I don't want to touch anything else.
I mean, Dr. Bosh, you can work with Commander Davok on some therapy.
Ooh. Pick up some, yeah.
And if you would like to do that for the remainder of the journey, there's no rolls or anything like that involved. But ready for next game, ahead of next game, you can message me with what perk the eye gets. One perk.
Happy to take some suggestions, Amy.
But that's an out-of-game chat.
Can I have a quick chat with Davok as well as Wagner before we get back?
Yeah.
Absolutely can.
Mr. Davok, it's been excellent of you to step up as our interim chief engineer. How are you finding the job?
Well, I must admit it's not my forte.
We're certainly missing you at your old science post. I'd imagine you might enjoy being back in that role.
Yeah, that's definitely what I joined Starfleet to do.
What did you think of the performance of this young officer, Tana Soul, on that last mission?
I mean, she's an acquired taste, but she gets the job done much better than I could.
I think I concur with your analysis. Mr. Davok, it's my pleasure to reinstate you to the role of Chief Science Officer. And if you could ask Tana to report to the office on your way out, that would be excellent.
I will. Davok looks like not excited, but kind of excited, like a Vulcan.
As excited as a Vulcan gets.
Yes, and like maybe an eyebrow twitch, and then he'll leave and grab Tana on the way. Say, Captain wants to see you.
Oh, really? Well, that was unexpected. She's currently just shuffling pamphlets underneath the door, like I weren't doing nothing. All right, I'll go.
That's fine. Take one with you.
No, I don't need one of these. The prophets are always with me.
Okay.
We've noticed.
Yeah, Tana will head to. I assume that the ready room is where the captain is, or wherever he is.
Officer Tana Soul.
Aye, sir. You wanted to see me.
Do indeed. Always believed in rewarding talent amongst the ranks, no matter where those individuals find themselves. People who perform in the heat of battle, in the stressful moments we find ourselves under in this profession, deserve postings that reflect their talent. And we have an opening for a chief engineer aboard this ship. How would that role suit you?
Oh well, Captain. I'm just doing the job before me. I can't speak for any exemplary talents. I'm just doing what I need to do. As far as a position as lofty as that, I surely there's someone with more experience on board. I'm just fresh out of the academy.
Well, I can't get enough of regional accents in my senior staff, so Reggie could do this on company, and if you would like the job, it's yours.
Well, I'd be happy to do it for the time being, until someone else with more experience comes along.
Excellent. And before you leave, just leave one of those flyers on my desk.
Oh, of course. I didn't know you're a religious man, Captain.
Well, I've seen some miracles recently, Tana, so...
Well, if you...
There's always room for an open mind.
Open your heart to the prophets, and they'll come on in and help you out. She leaves a pamphlet.
Okay, I'm ready to be back at Narendra Station.
Thank you.
Indeed, we cut forward to the Livingstone towing the Nightingale back to Narendra Station. And of course, you get an invitation to come and see Admiral Hubbard at your convenience, Captain.
Is it me specifically, or can I take senior staff with me? Who's wanted?
I mean, he's asked for you, but you can take whoever you like.
He's not seemed to object to at least Wraal being there recently. So, number one, care to join me for a meeting with Admiral Hubbard?
Oh, always happy to come and rub shoulders with the top brass. You know me, sir.
Let's go and pay him a visit.
Okay, and
Mr. Davok, you have the con.
Last time that happened, what was it? 20 warbirds decloaked.
Yeah, I'm hoping the registration's got some guns on it.
Yeah.
That took a cue to get you out of that one. But yes, so Narendra Station and into Admiral Hubbard's office. And yes, Captain, Commander, yes, please come in, sit down. I see you've brought the Nightingale back. Tell me what happened?
The Nightingale had found itself in distress, drifting in the neutral zone. We encountered a Romulan warbird very close to our side of the neutral zone, almost on the border, and made contact with them. They agreed that we could pursue a salvage mission. We appraised the Romulan ambassadorial team back on Earth of the situation. We were worried that maybe with the Romulan warbird being so close to Federation space that they might not be able to relay communications back to their own side of the neutral zone. Rescue mission was underway, all was proceeding well. The Romulans warned us that without a tractor beam locked onto one side of the Nightingale, structural integrity might be at risk. However, their tractor beam seemed to fail at one point in the operation. Thankfully, we were able to warp into the neutral zone and engage ours to take over for them. And we were able to finish repairs. I think the Romulans' weapons may have misfired at some point during the encounter. We did come under fire from them. I'm sure that was an error of some sort. They'd been very cooperative up until that point. And we were able to get under warp and tow the Nightingale to safety.
Blimey! That sounds like quite the adventure. Commander, do you have anything to add?
Nothing aside from the fact that we did find some considerable evidence that the Romulans are not entirely blameless in the reason for the Nightingale being that side of the neutral zone. However, our solid evidence over it has unfortunately not been able to be preserved. So our log entries will have to remain as, and any data from the ship's own systems will have to remain as the only evidence that we found en route.
Evidence of Romulan involvement?
Well, if there's something happening on the neutral zone, Admiral, as you know, if it's got Romulans involved, whilst they will always claim innocence, their duplicity and aggression is well known. We're pretty sure that they planted the whole situation.
Really? To what end?
To that, we couldn't really say. With Romulans, it's always wheels within wheels, plots within plots. The captain spoke to their commander, and he seemed pleasant and agreeable, but that's all part of the game with the Romulans.
Right. Okay. Well, I look forward to your look at the captain a little bit and take your individual reports separately on this matter. Thank you. So, what sort of state is the Livingstone in?
With the captain's permission, we took a beating from a warbird at an extremely close range, but that was the price we paid for getting the Nightingale back. Livingstone can take it, as you see. She's still intact. Most systems that were damaged, we've managed to patch up on the way home. If we do have a docking berth spare that we could just scratch out some of the bigger dints, I think that would be much appreciated by our chief engineer.
Well, we do have a bit of a sort of mission for the crew and the ship. It shouldn't be, one hopes, too dramatic or too dangerous. But are you saying you need some sort of dry dock time first?
Nothing more than a couple of level 1 diagnostics just to make sure everything's space worthy by the time we leave.
Right. Well, it sounds like you'll be able to do that en route anyway. It's back into the Shackleton Expanse, you see, and of course, now that the Livingstones had your navigational arrays tweaked, you're the ideal ship for this. We had some months ago now a runabout. The USS Susquehanna went exploring in the Shackleton Expanse and, put it frankly, it disappeared. We assumed it was because of the navigational anomalies and the ship's been destroyed. We'd like you to go and investigate, if that's okay, Captain.
Absolutely, Admiral. We serve at your pleasure.
Wonderful, wonderful. And before you do, I've got a something of a request to make. Now, obviously, the relations with the Klingons here on Narendra Station took something of a beating, really, given the situation previously with the Livingstone, and I think in order to help improve relations moving forward, I have a Klingon security officer that I'd like you to take on board as part of your crew, at least for the time being. Would you be amenable?
Absolutely, yes.
And he taps his comm badge and says, yes, do send her in. And the door opens and an imposing Klingon female walks in and gives you the Klingon salute. Says, Captain, I am Egan. Turns and looks curiously at Wraal and says, First matriarch of the House Mampesh. And that's where we're going to leave it for this evening.
Ooh.
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 Oh.
I was going to say, and the big twist is actually first with just some ridges stuck on her head.
There we go. Well, you've survived border dispute. Very exciting.
We did it!
I think that was probably our most successful anything at any point.
We didn't have to put anything into a sun. Like, I think we did quite well.
No dead space whales.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone came back with both their eyes.
Well,
Yeah.
not just that. We actually, no.
Same number
It's not even that. We actually did the thing we were supposed to do in a sort of way that we're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
We didn't piss off anyone that we weren't meant to piss off.
And if it weren't for the fact that the Romulans destroyed the shields on the Livingstone, it would have been a perfect mission.
Yeah. No dead civilians.
Yeah.
I guess Tana's got to come on every away mission now.
Yeah.
I mean, Reggie's pride and professional pride's taken a bit of a kick to the balls, but
Yeah, you let the team down, Reggie.
Yeah.
So now I'm having to grapple with the fact that I gave Tana the accent because I didn't think she'd be showing up very often.
Sorry.
That's what always happens.
it's Alastair. He just picks his favourite characters and then stacks the deck.
Right to the top, yeah.
I do love the concept that the captain's idea of diversity on the bridge is just a range of accents.
Regional accents.
Yeah. Okay, which of the many Federation worlds you're from? What do you sound like?
Yeah. Which part are you from? The north or the south?
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Who knew that Bajor had a West Country? It must do.
Yeah.
With the,
This Klingon does she sound Welsh?
Oh no, I like Matt's idea. Definitely a Northern Iron sounding Klingon is almost perfect. It's almost a canon.
When Klingonies are smiling, yes. No, that was West Country. God knows what.
I went to and then went West Country as well. It's a very pervasive accent.
Well, when you go to see sort of
North
Wales,
I think you'll find
now that's more the Northern Ireland.
No, yeah,
Oh
no.
God, right, we're going to offend people here.
I mean, I'm
before we have the
offended.
Irish embassy on line 3, let's leave it there for this evening and join us.
I think you'll find.
Kapla Bigora. Yes, so join us next time. Hopefully in a fortnight's time, but obviously we notify nearer the time. So don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get notifications for whenever we go live with these Star Trek adventure games. In the meantime,
and follow us on Twitter.
Oh yes,
We have
on
a Twitter.
Twitter.
We do buy merch.
We do have a Twitter.
It's not a thing.
It is absolutely a thing.
The card and everything.
And yes, don't forget, you don't stop playing because you grow old. Somebody.
You stop playing.
Penguins.
You stop to go to bed and put the lights out.
Peace and long life. Live long and prosper. Take care. Oh, where's my button? There it is.